Welcome to Waking Up in America. For this special Christmas episode, I have invited some dear friends to create a sense of joyous celebration that this season is all about. I'm thrilled to share friendship and music with you and bring the warmth of the season into your homes as well. Waking Up in America is a show about turning points that shift us into living with joy and purpose, and then bring goodness and love into our world. And isn't that what Christmas is all about? It's a pretty big turning point in the history of the world that shifted us, at least intended to shift us into light, love, and peace. I mean, the calendars reset according to that turning point. Every year, as this holiday comes around, we collectively try to bring more of that light, love, and peace into our world. We decorate our surroundings that visually represents this special time. We make delicious food that gathers us all together and nourishes our bodies. We create art and music that tells stories of the first Christmas, of faith and miracles. We wait for Santa Claus to deliver gifts, presents which symbolically represent God's gift to humanity. The presents that hold love and the message, I see you, I care about you, I love you, you matter. When on Christmas morning, children run down the stairway and look under the tree, that is what deep within their hearts they're looking for. A wish come true. A present that's more than just a thing wrapped with love. It represents to them someone that cares for them. Someone that says, I love you, I see you, you matter. Sure, waking up on Christmas could become more about what's in the box, the commercial value of it. But that's what we're shifting from today. So what about those children who wake up on Christmas morning without a parent being there? Whose parents struggle themselves with not being seen or being loved? Who have lost confidence? Or those who have found themselves without a job or financially bankrupt? What about the parents who are ill? They can't bring themselves to create a Christmas blessing for their children. Or those who might be struggling with an addiction. Well, that's where you and I come in for. Christmas is all about family. Holy family, our family, and our entire human family. Thankfully, there are many people who step in, especially during Christmas time, and become little elves. My first guest today is KRYS MIDGETT, founder of Give a Little Nashville, who works every year on delivering Christmas to those who can't afford it.
Hi, I'm KRYS MIDGETT. I run Give a Little Nashville and Give a Little Christmas. Give a Little Christmas is the project that I'm working on through Give a Little Nashville. We're partnered with Doing Good. This will be our 4th year. And I started with Glenn Douglas Tubb, who's Ernest Tubb's nephew. So we started this because he had mentioned when I was interviewing him for my magazine, Give a Little Nashville, he mentioned wanting to do a Christmas party for the kids in the homeless shelters. A couple weeks before Christmas, I had talked to him and I said, oh, how's that going? And he said, oh, well, it didn't come together. So being the me that I am, I started making some phone calls, found us a venue, got us a bunch of toy donations, and we gave Christmas to 50 kids that came from the homeless community from the different shelters. We let them know about it. And from there, the next year, it actually doubled in size, the amount of kids that we helped. And it's been going like that. I mean, last year we helped 160 kids. So we get a lot of the gifts donated to us. I've always wanted to help others. And this just really, it gets me excited because I can see those cute little faces. And when they come and they see Santa and they get their little present, it makes a difference, and it makes a difference to the parents. I mean, I was a single mom for 6.5 years before I met my wonderful husband. And it was nice to have a little bit of this help with Christmas when I wasn't getting, when we didn't have much. So it's really, really exciting to get to give back and help people like that. And it's special.
Thank you, KRYS. Thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you.
So tell me one story of a family that you touched.
Well, many years ago when I was in college, I was a single mom, and I rode back and forth to school with this lady, and she said her daughter didn't believe in Santa. And of course, I love Santa. I love the whole magic of Christmas and what it means. And so I couldn't have that. So even though we barely had anything ourselves, we managed to get some donations, and we got some toys gathered and clothes and a whole Christmas dinner. And then I had the Santa Claus at the thrift store there volunteered to go on Christmas Eve and deliver it all. So that was the best Christmas. That just meant so much to me and my family, because I didn't tell her I did it, even though she knew, because I saw her daughter years later, and she said, I know you did that, and that was the best Christmas I ever had. And I want to let you know that I give to the Angel Tree every year, and I try to help. And she's all grown now and has a good life. So.
Yes. So what do you think you felt, and what did they feel?
I know her mom definitely had a sense of relief, because it broke her heart that every time she got extra money, she had to keep the lights on.
Yes.
So, presents or electricity. And so there's so many families that struggle with that. And I know that gave her a sense of relief, because her daughter got to wake up and feel that magic again when they couldn't afford it. And she was struggling, trying to, go to college and make something of her life.
Yes. It's really grace in action, isn't it?
It feels so good.
Yes.
It's so rewarding. I get my children involved. We're blessed now. I have an amazing husband, and we're just a very blessed family. And I just spread those blessings.
Yes.
Because it just means so much.
How can our viewers help?
Well, actually, to help spread the love, to give back. In your own community, you can give back by reaching out to a family that needs help. You don't have to let them know it's you that does it. Just go out and help others. Spread the love. And also you can go to Give a Little Nashville and find out how to help in this area.
Thank you. Thank you so much. When we come back, we'll talk about more how you and I can spread this Christmas goodness and cheer to everywhere.
This program has been brought to you in part by ILIRIJA Resort and Travel, taking care of every segment of your dream vacation so you can enjoy what matters the most. Soaking in the natural beauty and experiencing the rich cultural heritage of the Croatian coast. Visit us online at ilirijabeograd.com.
Welcome back to Waking Up in America for Christmas. So is it waking up on Christmas or for Christmas? And I'd like to challenge you to, this year, wake up for Christmas, because life and our world are better when we're awakened. So what does that really mean? It means being present, being in the present moment, and keeping in mind the true meaning of Christmas, because it can get really hectic and hurried. One of my guests on our show, Sandy Griffin, said, when we're always trying to get to the next task on our list and checking it off, we're almost always one step ahead of ourselves. So let's bring us back into the present. So a few years ago, I wrote this song that perfectly describes this, how I love the Christmas season. Sure, I love the Christmas season. All the pretty stars and angels, scented candles, gold and silver, glitter that peels off and makes a mess right on my brand new sweater, which I got me as a present. 'Cause this year I'll be even better. I'll put up the decorations, bake those peanut butter cookies. I will clean all floors and windows, make my husband put the lights on. Our neighbors will be happy, and I'll host a sit-down dinner. I'll invite that lonely stranger Which reminds me, I still have to buy another serving platter. And since I am going shopping, I should really buy the presents. Only 3 per person this year, which means I can't take the small car. Well, instead I'll call around. I have to make a few appointments, get my hair done, go see Santa, have a family photo taken. Gosh, I wish my mom lived closer. She could watch the kids while I run Christmas errands, help out at the local shelter, visit my old teacher at the nursing home. I wonder if she still is there. But this year I will take each moment, smell each fragrance, sing each carol, and I will spend time with my kids. I will read to them about the Polar Express, Santa's reindeer, and of course about what happened on that night when Christ was born in Bethlehem. I just remember last year Mary's arm got broken. I should really buy a new set, and the cards I meant to send will be delivered late again. But this year I will take that workshop, how to make a wreath with berries. Oh, skip the workshop, cause I still have to buy, send that makeup cookies for my dad. My God, I feel like fainting. I forgot to eat this morning. Sure, I love the Christmas season, all the pretty stars and angels. Dear Santa, send your elves to help me with the chores this year. Oh, better take me on a sleigh ride, drop me off where no one gets to go anymore, where the night is so still, where there's nothing that you have to do. Just believe. Speaking of Christmas platters and dinners and inviting that lonely stranger, my next guest not only cooks for the lonely stranger, but also does something that lasts a lot longer than a gift of a single meal.
My name is Brett SWAYN. I am the Chief Executive Chef here at the Cookery, and it is a culinary school where we take in the homeless and the broken and lead them into restoration while teaching the culinary arts. It's about serving hope one plate at a time. So the idea of the Cookery was taking a place where they were learning to do things with hands that perhaps had broken things, were now able to build things of beauty, and people so appreciate it so quickly. And seeing that people believed in them, gave them hope, hope resuscitated their life. My job is I watch men come alive for a living. I don't teach them how to cook. I get the joy of showing them a few things and then watching them blossom from that themselves. When I arrived in Nashville, I had a conversion of heart that brought me here. I found out that God was real. It was a very hard time previous to that. I was very, very broken. I didn't expect God to show up. I just knew I needed something, and I found him, or he found me, at that address, end of your rope. And he gave me to come to Nashville. What he didn't come was I was going to be homeless. But it was the experience of homelessness that gave me the heart and the compassion to be able to serve and do what we do. We come from a place not of pity. For me, pity was kind of looking down at the situation. But compassion raises the eye up and it becomes eye-to-eye level. And I saw the poor as my family. I learned what they went through to a certain degree. And I kind of understood some of the suffering, and that's what compassion is. It's not just seeing the suffering, it's understanding it. So once I'd learned that lesson and realized that it wasn't so much a curse, but it was an opportunity for growth, it's about serving hope one plate at a time.
Brett, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have an amazing story, and I hope to have you back on the show to really dig into it and your turning moment. But have you experienced any turning points in the people that you served?
There are many to choose from, but I would have to, the quintessential one for me was at the very, very beginning. My ministry partner, Terry, had found this wreck of a building The windows were just holes. The toilets were holes in the floor. And she said, God said this is going to be a city on a hill, and it's going to take about 3 months. So...
And you're talking Nashville?
Yeah, in Nashville, yeah. So we move into this building, and I see this wreckage and there's burned out areas, and I go, okay, all right. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll do it. Well, in that period, it took about 3 years. And I remember that Terry had contracted pancreatic cancer in that time. And I was standing at the front door about the 2.5-year mark. And they were telling me that she might not make the opening. And I said to God, if there is sin in me that is stopping the doors from opening because it was so hard, it was so much of a challenge, I want to know what it is. God, Jesus, let's get it out. Let's get the door open. And he stops me, and he gave me to look around, and he took me back to what it looked like. He said, do you remember what it looked like? And I said, yes, I remember the wreckage. And he said, what do you think? And I looked around, and I said, it looks beautiful. And he said, what did some of the people say? I had taken church people there and pastors because I wanted to have some wisdom on what we should do, whether we should even begin. And I said, some of the people said that it would cost too much, it was too far gone, it would take too long. And he said, what do you think? And I said, it's beautiful. And he said, so it will be with the souls that I send here. Some people would say, cost too much, take too long, too far gone, but I'm going to make them beautiful. And that's what he's been doing.
Wow. So when you say you talk, you have this whole conversation, what does that really look like?
Well, I have borne some of the questions of such. I've only heard God audibly, on one hand, probably missing a few fingers, but in this particular time, it's like a breathing of the Spirit and knowing. There is a voice sometimes inside the heart, but it was more of a knowing.
Do you see that in people that you serve ever?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's like a song, and you recognize a song in someone, and you know where it comes from. Once you've heard it, you recognize it in others.
Wow. So speaking of songs, you're going to sing for us, right? But before you sing, I got to ask you one more thing. I got to know, what's your favorite Christmas meal?
My favorite Christmas meal?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, there's too many, there's too many. I will say it was one that we shared simply with the homeless. I was working at a very high restaurant. That's where I came out of homelessness. And I was employed at this restaurant. And it was always closed on Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I know for a lot of the homeless brothers and sisters, that's a very difficult time. And they opened up, they allowed me to open up the restaurant for the homeless. And I remember it was a capacity of like 300, and we had over 400 this one time. And I'm looking out and I'm seeing people sing Christmas songs, weeping, and they were the homeless people on the microphone, coming through a line where I said to them, either chicken or steak, and no one listened to me. They just took both. And they were going out in the line and just having such a great time. And I've never felt so much joy as I did that Christmas amongst the poor, no matter how busy we were in the job.
Wow.
So.
Music and food go together. In my culture, we have good dinner, we always sing. So you're going to sing for us.
Okay. Has anybody ever had their fill? Has anybody ever took the pill? Has anybody ever just walk away, lost their hearts or things to say? Can't take another, can't break further, oh, can't change the color, move. Has anybody ever
lost their place. Does anybody ever want to erase? Can't take another, can't break further, or can't shake, won't let you move. Hope won't let you down. Faith will keep you on solid ground. Love's coming to rescue you. Love's coming to see you through. Love's coming to help you move. Oh, move. You got more than you thought you had. You are more than you thought you were. Don't stop believing. It's way more than a feeling. You can move. Oh, move. Oh, move.
This program has been brought to you in part by Gurgitch Hills Estate in Napa Valley, California, inviting you to taste the legacy that has been passionately cultivated through generations. Visit us at the winery or online at gurgitch.com.
We talk a lot on this show about awakening, which implies that before we awaken, we live in some sort of numbed existence, whether it's just a mild case of distracting, running away from ourselves or from love, really, or it's more serious numbing, like through addictions. We had several guests who spoke about recovering from addiction and waking up to live a life fully. So, in a succession of seemingly coincidental string of events, I got introduced to an amazing guest, an actor, a country singer, whom you'll recognize from Walk the Line movie, in which he played Jerry Lee Lewis. Please welcome my guest, WAYLON PAYNE.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I want to thank you for, and I would love to have you on the show to really talk about your great career and your path. And I really am grateful to you that you are now speaking out about your struggles.
It's really important, I believe, you know. It's one thing we can do once we get sober, you know. I had an epic drug addiction that kind of snuck up on me, and you know, getting straight and getting sober is something that took me a long time. But I do feel that if we're still alive in this world, we've got, you know, we've got a responsibility. We got a responsibility. You got to help people and pass it on.
Yes.
So I have no problem talking about it.
Thank you. And I understand during Christmas, there's a heavy, sad part of Christmas, side of Christmas.
Well, I mean, anybody that's going through those kind of problems, I mean, you know, the holidays naturally bring you to a place where you just kind of feel even more hopeless, you know. I'm not sure of the statistics, but I would imagine that probably we lose a lot of people around the holidays to this problem, this sickness, you know. And that's what it is, it's a sickness, but there is an answer. There is a way to get better, you know.
What is one thing that we can do, that we can reach out and say?
You know what? What I would say is if you're struggling with this problem, if you're struggling with any kind of addiction, there are places that you can reach out to get help. One of my favorites is Alcoholics Anonymous. You know, there are phone numbers that you can call. If you're in trouble, they will help save your life. They did mine.
Yes, and we're going to flash the number of the American Addiction Centers.
That's great.
My friends, really, really important to reach out and look for support because, again, that's what we're called to do.
You know, and it's not hopeless. It's not hopeless.
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like it at times, but you can get better.
Waylon, we're so grateful that you're here.
Thank you.
You're here, showed up like who you are.
Hey, anytime you need me, I'm here.
Thank you. Please sing for us.
I will sing for you.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morning. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. When Christ was born, oh, holy night divine, oh, night, oh, night divine.
Empty and hopeless, disenchanted with life, a man leaves his children, his home and his wife, wanting it all at any cost. What did he gain for all he lost? Where in the world is Jesus? Where in the world tonight?
in only a moment, her innocence lost. What she thought was love has treated her wrong. Faced with decisions and broken dreams, there is no answer, or so it seems.
Where in the world is Jesus? Where in the world tonight? Where in the world is Jesus? Where in the world tonight? Long ago, in the manger of hay, quietly the answer came. Though just a baby, the world he changed, healing our sorrows, easing our pain. Here in our world is Jesus. Here in our world tonight. Here in our world is Jesus. Here in our world
Merry Christmas.
This program has been brought to you in part by ILIRIJA Resort and Travel, taking care of every segment of your dream vacation so you can enjoy what matters the most. Soaking in the natural beauty and experiencing the rich cultural heritage of the Croatian coast. Visit us online at ilirijabeograd.com.
I was sitting in the church listening to a homily about how Christmas has become focused on the me too much. And I thought, okay, who is it really about? Really, I can't imagine, God doing this whole thing of getting born, to die, to have this human experience just for himself. Plus, if there is redemption and salvation, it has to be for me, no? So let's talk about this human experience of Christmas season. Like in my song, for some people, it's really not waking up on Christmas. It's more like collapsing on Christmas. Like, okay, I'm done, I'm exhausted. And yet, we all know what the airline teach us every time we get on that plane. Put your oxygen mask first before you help your child. But some of us really have a hard time with that self-care, especially during a busy season like Christmas. So I invited a friend, KEISHA, founder of SPOILT magazine. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, let's talk about self-giving.
Absolutely.
And self-care.
Yes, it's incredibly important, especially around the holidays, because we spend so much time focused on our families and we tend to forget about ourselves. And then, like you said, we feel run down and exhausted at the end of the day. So with SPOILT, you want to give yourself permission. We're giving you permission to do all those things that make you feel good internally and externally. So it's simple. It could be taking a bubble bath or a glass of wine or reading a great book or just finding somebody that would give you complimentary childcare. So you're not paying a babysitter and you have an night out for free.
Oh,
so it's just simple things that can make you feel spoiled.
Beautiful idea. And you know, when you say spoiled, you know, we all think, oh, you know, it's a week in a spa in Swiss Alps. But it really doesn't have to be.
That would be nice
right?
all the time, but it's not. No, it's just keep it simple. You know, it's doing, and it could be, that could be your way of being spoiled, but everybody is so different. So it's really figuring out what works best for you and how to cater to that so that tomorrow you feel energized and refreshed and rejuvenated, and you're a better mom and a better coworker and a better friend, you know, so it makes sense, you know, to take that 5 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes at the spa or a manicure. It's up to you what makes you feel spoiled.
Yes.
So.
And really be present. Puts you right back into the present.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It makes you focus. Be focused. Absolutely.
What's your favorite Christmas gift?
Favorite Christmas gift? Okay, so I'm as spoilt as I am, or high maintenance as anyone thinks I could be. I'm kind of a nerd. I'm a reader. I love books. I'm excited if I'm at a Barnes & Noble or a local bookstore. So books would definitely be one of my favorite gifts or treats for myself or from anybody else. It's always fairly inexpensive, and it's hours of me indulging in my alone time. So I can lock my door and put the kids, you know, with a movie, and I can indulge in, you know, immerse myself into a good book.
Great, great gift idea. Audiobooks.
Yeah.
While you're working out or doing your chores, you can listen and just rejuvenate.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. So I prepared my 5 favorite gifts.
Okay.
All right, here they are. All right, so number 1 gift, vacation in Croatia. Of course. Now, if you don't have a friend who has a house over there, then you can check out ILIRIJA Hotels and Resorts. Now, you might notice that they're our sponsors, but that's because I reached out to them because I just love that place. All right, second gift, splurge. Give someone a really nice bottle of wine. And I recommend Grgić Hills, again, you know, one of our sponsors, because not only because they're exquisite wines, but Miljenko Grgić, who is also from Croatia, has an amazing immigrant success story. Just this beautiful love and tradition and just quality, beautiful wine experience. All right, really, really favorite gift, something that I want for Christmas, do you hear that? Is a session with an interior designer. I really have a hard time. And if I can get someone to come to my home and help me, oh, please. And again, if you are in the Nashville area, our set designer, I recommend her, Angela DeYoung, designsbydeyoung.com. Check her out. Or if wherever area you live in, look for one, give a gift of interior design.
Absolutely.
Isn't that a great idea?
That's such a great gift. Yes, it's very spoiled.
Yeah, okay, next one, piano tuning. We traveled around America. I know, she's like, what? We traveled across America for 15 years, right? And we came to all these houses and everybody has these gorgeous pianos. And you know, we're musicians and they're like always, oh, can you play for us? Sure, we'll play, but the pianos are always out of tune. And then the host says, oh, I wish, you know, I played. I used to play when I was little, but I don't anymore. So why don't you give a gift of piano tuning and maybe 10 piano lessons and prepare for next Christmas so that you can play. Because otherwise, the pianos usually just hold the Christmas village.
Right.
And photos.
Yeah, it's part of the decoration.
Yes. And our friends at Seals, Keyworks, do a great job at piano tuning.
Yeah, that's great.
And number 1 gift giving is Thistle Farms products.
I love Thistle Farms.
Don't you?
Yes.
So wherever you are in the world, you can order online. Thistle Farms, they have body care, they have candles, they have a lot of things. They also partner with they're global now, fair trade, and you can buy beautiful gifts that bring healing. Thistle Farms is a community of survivors of sex trafficking, abuse, addiction, and prostitution. And every product helps to bring another lady and heal her.
That's incredible.
Yes. When we come back, I have 5 more gifts for you that are absolutely free. round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, oh holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Ticha noc, sveta noc, svevet spi, samogli, sveti Josip s Marijom, koja pjeva sinku svom. Spavaj Božiću moj, spavaj Božiću moj.
This program has been brought to you in part by Gurgich Hills Estate in Napa Valley, California, inviting you to taste the legacy that has been passionately cultivated through generations. Visit us at the winery or online at gurgich.com.
We're back, waking up in America on Christmas. Waking up anywhere in the world on Christmas, you can give these 5 gifts for no money, okay? They don't cost anything except time and effort. All right, ready?
I'm ready.
Number 5, fragrance. All right? How many times does a smell, a fragrance, take you back to a memory that you share with someone? All you have to do is, go to the Sephora or spray perfume, like, if that's the fragrance that connects you with that memory, or find some lavender, rosemary, whatever memory you share with that person, just give it to them and say how it makes you feel when you smell it. What do you remember about that person? Okay, number 4, dance.
I love it.
Isn't it great?
It's
All you need is a
fantastic.
little card. You make a little card and say, can I have this dance? And when they open, pull out the envelope, unwrap your little envelope, you put on the music, and you reach out your hand, and you do the dance.
Are you asking me to dance Tai Chi?
Isn't that,
It's perfect.
I want that for Christmas.
And creatively, I would have never thought of that. And it's free. It's completely free. It's amazing.
I know, nobody ever thinks of dancing. 3, story. I read bedtime stories to my children. I'm sure you do too. So how fun would it be if your child read that story, recorded herself on the, MP3 or whatever, your iPhone, and gave you that story for Christmas, a little recording. I mean, it's something that you would cherish forever.
Definitely. That's perfect.
Yes.
That's definitely a great gift.
Number 2, favorite movie moment. We all watch movies together, And, I would make a little card, just describe that moment. Like I saw you wipe that tears when we watched that movie. And I was touched too and cried. And then we laughed and we just let go. And remember the feeling, and you bring that experience back. It's all about feelings. It's all about giving how we feel. And again, that brings awareness and awakening and presence. And my favorite, number one, of course, is the gift of song. When my kids fall asleep Christmas Eve and the house is quiet, I go by the piano and I pluck out the little notes of my favorite song and I just sing. I think this gift is both self-giving and also giving. And if you don't sing, you can, if you do sing or play piano, record yourself. If not, download your favorite song and gift the song. Or write a card and put a little QR code that will take you to iTunes with the gift of the song. How's that?
It's perfect.
So I'm gonna
great free gifts.
I'm gonna now share my gift of the song.
I love it.
Thank you, KEISHA.
Thank you.
I have another song in Croatian we're gonna do. And thank you, Bryan.
My pleasure.
John and John.
Što je Božić, pitam te da li znaš, na ovom svijetu što juri pored nas, malo dijete dolazi na svijet, u srcima ljudi živi zauvijek, na Badnje veče toplinu tražimo. Ima li je svatko, da li se pitamo, otvori srce prijatelju svom, nek mu ono bude dragi dom. Božić je kad srce zna da noć je presveta, božanstvom posuta. Kad okupe se svi i s neba anđeli, svakoj duši nose mir. Božić je u domu mom, kad okitimo bor i tiho pjevamo. Tiha noć obitelj zagrli, jer kad smo skupa mi smo poklon ljubavi. Na Badnje veče toplinu tražimo. Ima li je svatko, da li se pitamo, otvori srce prijatelju svom, nek mu ono bude dragi dom. Božić je kad srce zna da noć je presveta, božanstvom posuta. Kad okupe se svi, kad s neba anđeli, svakoj duši nose mir. Božić je u domu mom, kad okitimo bor i tiho pjevamo. Tiha noć obitelj zagrli, jer kad smo skupa mi smo poklon ljubavi. Božić je u domu mom, kad okitimo bor i tiho pjevamo. Tiha noć obitelj zagrli, jer kad פעמים, mismo poklon ljubavi.
This program has been brought to you in part by Gurgich Hills Estate in Napa Valley, California, inviting you to taste the legacy that has been passionately cultivated through generations. Visit us at the winery or online at gurgich.com.
Welcome back to Waking Up in America on Christmas. Today, we're coming to you from CL Keyworks in Franklin, Tennessee, and I'm just very grateful to be able to be here in this beautiful TV studio and have sound engineer Bryan Lennox with us, doing an amazing job, and these amazing musicians. Wow, Michael ALVEY, who actually, you know, it's really cool here. We live in Franklin. This is Franklin, Tennessee, next to Nashville, and it's awesome because you go to church, you find these musicians in your church. It's really cool. So Michael ALVEY, his son John ALVEY, and Mr. John Birdsong. Thank you guys for being here.
Jesus, the Savior, came down to die for people, just people like you and like I wonder as I wander out under the sky. When Mary bore Jesus, 'twas in a cow stall, with wise men and farmers and shepherds and all. But high in God's heaven, a star's light did fall, and the promise of ages it then did recall. If Jesus had wanted for any wee thing, for star in the sky or a bird on a wing, or all of God's angels in heaven for to sing, he surely could have it, 'cause he was the King.
We've been talking about waking up on Christmas morning. Some of you will wake up next to the one you love. Some will be far away. Some will miss that person that is no longer with you. Some will find themselves without a home. It's good to know that regardless of where or how we wake up physically, it's what the waking up on Christmas morning brings to us that matters. Do we choose to recognize the meaning of and the blessing of Christmas? Do we choose to find the gift of God coming down from heavens and dwelling among us? The gift of peace, hope, faith, love, joy? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we wake up in the most lavish mansion and find most exquisite gifts under that giant Christmas tree if our hearts are closed. It's the story and the message that's been told and retold through art, music, movies, books, throughout the centuries. And no matter how we tell it, it won't make a difference unless we are willing to hear it. Not with our ears, not in any particular language, not even in words, but in the depths of our souls, where it will resonate with the source of all of it. How do you wake up on Christmas morning? How do you wake up on every day of the year? Because the greatest gift we can wake up to on Christmas morning is the renewal, the birth of love, hope, joy, and purpose. And with that awareness, we get to take all those gifts into our world. Big thank you to our sponsors, Gurgich Hills Estates and ILIRIJA Hotels and Resorts, and our supporters, Seal Keyworks, Bryan Lennox, our sound engineer, and Angela DeYoung, our set designer. Thanks to KRYS, Brett SWAYN, WAYLON PAYNE, Michael ALVEY, Brian HANSON, and to my fantastic crew. Have a blessed and Merry Christmas, everyone.